Hey everybody. So last week I started talking about NHL awards and I picked 3 finalists for the Vezina Trophy as the best goaltender in the league and then picked who I think would win if the NHL season just stopped right now, and based on what we've seen so far, who would be the top 3 and who would be the winner. Now I want to do the same thing for some other awards, and today we're going to look at the Norris Trophy for the best defenseman in the NHL. So this is only based on the season so far. Obviously, we're not even halfway through the year yet. A lot of things can change as we move forward. But if the league were to just stop the season right now, who would be the 3 finalists for the Norris Trophy? And then who do I think would win? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Before we begin, I just ask that you please hit that subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you haven't. It helps the channel an absolute ton and is greatly appreciated. But let's get started here talking about who I think would be the 3 finalists. And I will say, narrowing this down to 3 was pretty difficult because I think there are a number of guys who could get looked for the 3rd spot. I think there's 2 pretty clear candidates and then everyone else kind of fighting to be that 3rd guy. So, first on the list for me, just out of candidacies, not really in any order, I'll do at the end who I think would win, is Jeff Petrie from the Montreal Canadiens. Jeff Petrie has had an incredibly good year for Montreal, and I think he is very much flying under the radar for most fans. Through 23 games played, he has 8 goals, 14 assists for 22 points, and an incredible plus 15 rating for the Canadiens this year. He's getting it done at both ends of the ice, and he's a guy that I really think is being a little bit underrated, and he's become one of the best D-men in the league this season. And I feel like his name isn't really getting talked about all that much, but Petrie is having an incredibly good season for Montreal, and I think he is certainly one of the top 2 guys in the running for the Norris this season, just given the heavy plus-minus plus rating and the 22 points in 23 games. He is getting it done in every facet of the game. Moving on now. Next candidate for me is Victor Hedman from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, I'll just straight up say I think Victor Hedman is the best defenseman in the NHL and has been for the last few years. He literally does it all. Through 23 games played, he has 5 goals, 19 assists for 24 points to lead the league among defensemen right now, and a +9 rating. Victor Hedman can get it done in every single facet of the game. He can kill penalties, he can play on the power play, he scores goals, he can pass the puck, he starts breakouts, he plays a shutdown defensive role against the team's top players, he can be physical, he can skate. Victor Hedman is literally the total package on the back end for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And like I said, he leads the league in points among defensemen right now. He's also a +9. He plays against the team's best players, the opponent's best players. He plays a ton of minutes every night. And overall, one of clearly the best defensemen in the NHL. Not just this season, but in the game right now. Take away just single season stats and just look at body of work among players in the league right now. Victor Hedman, for my money, is the best D-man in the league. And then the 3rd spot, this was really up for grabs, I think, between a number of different guys. I think you really have Morgan Rielly, Drew Doughty, Aaron Ekblad, maybe even Sam Girard or Charlie McAvoy in the running for this 3rd candidate's finalist spot among defensemen in the NHL for the Norris. But my pick right now comes from the Toronto Maple Leafs, Morgan Rielly. Through 26 games played, he has 3 goals, 16 assists for 19 points and a +5 rating. Rielly is another guy that I think gets fairly underrated around the league. People don't realize how good of a 2-way defenseman Morgan Rielly really is. He has the offensive production with 19 points. He's got the +5 rating. He plays a lot of minutes, over 23 minutes a night. Plays in all situations for Toronto, and just overall a really solid 2-way defenseman, and has been for a long time for the Maple Leafs. So now, what really, I think Drew Doughty very much is in that running for this award as well. But I think the one thing that kind of separates Rielly, or is an advantage for Rielly, is the fact that the Leafs are right now number 1 in the NHL as far as the standings go. They're the top team in the league. They have 38 points already. They are easily winning the North Division right now, and they're looking like one of the best teams overall in the league. So usually, whereas LA is 5th in the West and just fighting for a playoff spot, usually among the NHL awards voters, it's an advantage to a guy. It's an advantage for a guy to be on a really good team as opposed to a borderline playoff team. Generally, that just swings things in favor of the player who is on the much better team, which the Leafs are over the Kings. So that's why I have Rielly at 3. I say Drew Doughty would probably be 4 right now. And then after that, you've got guys like Ekblad, Girard, McAvoy, maybe even Chris Letang in there. Like a bunch of other guys fighting for those spots. But my top 3 candidates as of right now in the NHL would be Jeff Petrie from the Montreal Canadiens, Victor Hedman from the Tampa Bay Lightning, and Morgan Rielly from the Toronto Maple Leafs would be my 3 finalists for the Norris Trophy. Now, who do I think would win? My vote right now would go for Victor Hedman. Like I said, I think he's the best overall defenseman in the NHL, and probably in the world. He's got over a point per game this year. He's a +9. He gets it done at both ends of the ice. He plays a ton of minutes. He plays in every facet of the game. And he plays against the opponent's best players. He is out there to be a shutdown guy against the opponent's top stars. And then he gets it done at the offensive end as well with 24 points in 23 games. So if I were voting right now for the Norris Trophy based on this season so far, my vote would be going to Victor Hedman. So there you have it, guys. That's what I got, at least based on the NHL season to this point. Who would be the 3 finalists and who would win the Norris Trophy for the league's best defenseman. I'm going to do this for some other awards as well over the course of this week and next week and stuff. So more of these videos are coming, but we've talked about the Vezina. We talked about Victor Hedman and for the Norris now. And we'll look at some more awards as this season goes along, as things keep rolling here. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon, merchandise store, and donation link are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.